Player 2 has joined the game.
All right. You want to get the news of the week?
Let's do it.
Got quite a bit this week. It was a pretty... Oh, that light is... It's wobbling in the wind. It was a pretty busy week, which I didn't expect, but it all started with Paris Games Week. Now, most of you had already seen this because we recorded Sunday night last week. Paris Games Week, the Sony show, was that Monday, so you probably know all this, but still, we want to talk about it. First off, was this just a pointless press conference?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think it was very pointless. It was pointless. I shouldn't say it was pointless. It was pointless because the way Sony built it up to say this is E3 Part 2. And if E3 Part 2 meant we're going to show you the exact same games again and still not give you dates, then yes, it was E3 Part 2, but whatever. So let's talk about the big one first. The Last of Us Part 2 trailer and the controversy around it. What did you think? Who do you think the chick is? I know who I think it is.
I know who you think it is.
Because I tweeted it. So.
I don't know. I think it...
Because they're talking, it's like there's something in her stomach or something, which could be Ellie. But then, like, I don't know, because I was trying to think back. So Ellie, I think
timeline.
It was 20 years. I'm pretty sure from the time, no spoilers, The Last of Us begins to the part of the main game, I'm pretty sure it was 20 years. And Ellie was like 14. So that's 6 years into the apocalypse.
Yeah.
So it could be.
It could be.
But I just don't know. But then it's not like those people would have known, like, oh, you've got the...
Right.
You've got the savior or whatever in your belly. You know, nothing like that.
Right.
So, I don't know. But I also think it's way too obvious that it's her mom.
I think it's going to be somebody that's somehow very important. I don't know that it's... Yeah, it almost seems too obvious that it would be her mom.
It was annoying me when people were saying it was Ellie. I was like, that's not Ellie. Ellie's not a bodybuilder. And this lady doesn't have this... remember, Ellie got the tattoo to cover up where she was bitten.
Right.
We saw that in the last trailer. It's not Ellie. Come on, people.
I mean, it looked beautiful. It had... I mean, for as much as I don't watch the show at all, it had a very Walking Dead kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was confused because when they ended with it, I'm like, okay, this has to be Last of Us. And then I'm watching, I'm like,
I was like,
oh, this is Last of Us.
I was like, I think this is
And then I'm
Days
like,
Gone.
oh, okay, this is Last of Us. But
again, they've painted themselves in this corner. Why do you have two, and as much as I don't like to call it that, zombie games from first-party studios in development at the same time? Why do you have Days Gone and The Last of Us both going on like at the same time?
I
That's
mean,
why I was
Days
like,
Gone is a zombie game.
It is a zombie game, yes.
I would say Last of Us is just a... I mean, it is, but
it's a clicker game.
It's... Yeah. It's more of just like a post-apocalyptic game. It doesn't strike me as zombie. And they're not really... I mean, what is a zombie? A zombie doesn't exist. Whatever. But I wouldn't even call them... I don't consider them zombies. But
no, I don't either.
And even if they are, I refuse to call it a zombie game because zombie games are stupid. Sorry. They're just not
I care
good.
nothing about Days Gone. I could not care any
What about
less
Metal Gear
that
Survive?
game.
No, I'm just kidding.
Go check last week. Nick got a kick. Well, Nick Shafani got a kick out of me and my freakouts. What did you think about the controversy? The trailer and all that other stuff? I get that it was violent. Like, I thought they were going to cut away when he stared hitting her with a hammer, but he didn't.
I thought it was going to be a... And then boom, she gets shot or something.
And then I was like, oh my. But I will say,
yeah.
I had way more of an issue with the Detroit trailer and seeing a dead young girl that her dad just freaking murdered.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That I didn't need to see. I had way more of a problem with that. Maybe it's just because I'm a dad. Maybe if you're heartless and you don't care, like you didn't care about that. But I get that it was just shown. But you could have done this to fix it. Let me just say, I could not care. I care more about Days Gone than I do Detroit. That game is so up its own ass that sorry, YouTube, don't demonetize us. It's so up its own ass. It's a David Cage game. It's just not. It is not for me. Some people are so excited about that. But then I hear from people like, I think it was Alana was talking on Podcast Beyond last week, that she's played a couple times at events and it does not control well at all.
Really?
Like, I would much rather play. It's like it's trying to be an up its own ass Telltale game. I would
Exactly,
much rather
yeah.
play Batman or Guardians of the Galaxy or something that is not so stressful, that you still got to make decisions and stuff, but it works than to play this game. So what did you think about the trailer and the controversy and everything?
I don't get the controversy. I mean, it definitely caught me off guard when they actually showed it, just because it seemed like it was
a lot.
Yeah, but it also just seemed like, I mean, if nothing else, I'll give them points for showing it, because I just saw, okay, here we go, and then, I'm going to get shot or something's going to happen, or maybe it happens and they just cut to black, whatever, but then when they actually did it, I was like, oh, well, okay, I didn't see that coming, but more power to them. Different is good, people. Just because it's not something you normally see. And it was a little violent, but I don't know.
Almost grabbed the cover with my bare hand.
Nope, that would be bad.
I've done that before. Halloween a few years ago.
But I don't know. I don't get the controversy. All in all, I'm. This is right up there. I'm not going to do it because it's been difficult enough doing it with Star Wars. But this is another thing that I almost kind of just want to avoid all trailers for.
I will say,
like nothing. I don't need to see anything else. I'm going to get this game. I'm as excited as I can possibly be. Nothing you can show me is going to make me more excited. Just, I don't even want to see it. But
I will say I like the first trailer more. Just that's so simple, and Ellie with the guitar, and then just, I'm going to kill every last one of them. Like, that got me so hyped. Yeah. This was just like, okay, we know it's The Last of Us. It's dark. It's whatever. There's going to be other characters. I don't think it's going to be other playable characters. Like, I don't think we're going to play as this bodybuilder lady or anything like that, unless it does turn out to be Ellie's mom, or maybe Ellie has a freaking sister or something. Who knows?
Right.
Unless it's something like that. But obviously, they showed us these characters for a reason. It's not to just say, this is the rest of the world is violent too. Like, that's not it. So we also got a new Spider-Man trailer. We did not get a date because they're still just saying 2018. Thanks, Sony. The prediction right now, that game's not coming out next year. Not even in the fall. That game is not coming out next year. Also,
you may be right. Yeah,
I like the trailer. I like that they focus on Peter Parker, because we know you're going to play as Peter Parker in this too. It's not just a Spider-Man game; it's a Spider-Man and a Peter Parker game. You also play as Mary Jane. That one part of the trailer where she's ducking down, you do play as her. I wonder if you're going to play as Miles Morales. I don't know, but it's cool that he's in there.
I don't know enough about Spider-Man, the comic book universe, to know. I mean, why would it even make sense to play as Peter Parker and Miles Morales?
No,
do they exist? Does Peter Parker die, and that's why Miles Morales? Yes. Okay, so then I don't know.
But now I don't know. Again, I don't know enough either, because Marvel. Oh, you didn't go see Thor yet?
No, probably next weekend.
Okay,
but it's a 93 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm aware.
Higher than Wonder Woman.
Batman Superman's at 27, and it's a better movie. And I'm going to watch it again this next weekend, and I cannot wait before Justice League. God, I'm so nervous about Justice League. I am so nervous.
Well, you were nervous about Mario too.
Yeah, but it's Nintendo, and it's Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
There's a track record, and then there's a track record. I don't even know what I was talking about. Yeah, so I don't know either the lineage of Miles, and if he had anything to do with Peter before he became Spider-Man.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
The one thing I did notice, I don't care about Mr. Negative. I hope he's not really the main bad guy. Like, you see Kingpin in it going to jail and stuff. Don't care about Mr. Negative. He's just weird. Shocker's in it. Shocker's stupid. What else? The character models look kind of bad. I don't know what. It's super early in development.
I mean, yeah,
obviously.
It's very. Yeah.
When you just see Spider-Man, he looks great. But then when you actually see Peter Parker's face and Miles Morales' face and stuff, I'm like, ooh, that something just looks.
Yeah.
Not like PS3. I'm not going to say that. But it just looks off.
Right. But yeah, it's very much early in development.
Ghosts of Tsushima was announced. It is the new Sucker Punch game. Okay.
I didn't even see it, but I don't care.
It's an open world samurai game by Sucker Punch, the guys that did all the Infamous games. So
yeah,
I'm sure it'll be good. It doesn't really appeal to me. We got a new God of War trailer, and not a release date. So basically, PSX is just going to be the release date press conference. Is what I have to assume that they're doing.
Probably.
God of War trailer looks great. Like you were saying with the other stuff, I don't need to see another second of that game. I just need it to come out and get my hands. Podcast Beyond, they were predicting May. I think it's still going to be March because, like I've been saying forever, every main God of War game has come out in March, so we'll see. But it still looks beautiful, of course.
And I predict that it'll just be called God of War.
You're not funny because that's what it's called. You're making fun of my predictions. iPhone 10. Stupid.
The iPhone.
But before they did the main, so there's other stuff that was at this conference, and there was like VR sizzle reels and stuff, but it's not really worth talking about. Before the conference, they did a pre-conference show, and there's a bunch of indie games there and stuff. The big ones there is Guacamelee 2 got announced.
Yep.
You can play 4-player co-op, which looks fun, and Spelunky 2 got announced. A lot of people are saying, like, that's awesome. I've got Spelunky because it was free on PS Plus. I've just never played it.
I've never played
I'm
it.
afraid to play it because people just like speed running and like the game never ends. It's procedurally it's not that it never ends, but it's like you can play it forever. That's why some people seem like they were surprised that they're doing a second one.
Yeah.
We did also get, after the conference, we got a release date for Shadow of the Colossus, February 6th. Perfect.
That was awesome.
That's
I
definitely-
kind of forgot that was even coming. And then when we were both watching it at work separately, and then he IM'd me and said, "Is this Shadow of the Colossus?" And I was like, "Holy crap!" Yeah, I had totally forgotten we were even getting that. So I can't wait for that.
And it's only $40.
That's
I was
awesome.
worried it was going to be
That's a steal.
60.
Yeah.
So 40 or 32 if you pre-order on Amazon, which I will definitely be doing. I cannot wait to play that game. Anything else that you want to talk about at the press conference?
No, I don't think so. We hit the big ones.
Yeah. The other thing that was at the press conference was another trailer for Horizon Zero Dawn, Frozen Wilds. Again, the DLC is coming out this week. We finally got some details on the DLC, and it is everything I was hoping it would be.
Yep.
About 15 out. Well, let me just read this first, and then we'll go through the highlights. This comes from IGN. I have a sneaking suspicion, and so I don't know who wrote this. I forget. I didn't write that down. That Guerrilla Games knows that a lot of people didn't finish Horizon. After watching a hands-off demo of its Frozen Wilds expansion, the onus seems very much on adding more for those who might have been distracted while progressing through the game, offering new rewards, quality of life improvements, and, most importantly, the ability to make snow angels in photo mode. I love that. The Frozen Wilds is an estimated 15-hour chunk of extra material set in a bowling ball of new... What? I don't know what that means. Set in a bowling ball of new territory in the far north of the main game's map. So it does sound like it's... You don't have to, like, take an airplane to wherever this is.
Right.
You know? Its story runs concurrent with the main game, centering around the mystery of the so-called Daemon, Hatfield, a hidden force which is frenzying machines, setting up tentacular control towers that can repair and buff enemies, and making gorgeous blue smoke below from the Death Mountain-like volcano at the center of this new area. It'll also offer a more focused look at the nomadic Banuk, or Banuk, I forget how you say it, tribe.
Banuk.
Guerrilla makes clear that there's a lot more to it than just one core story, however. The new area is typically gorgeous, aside from that volcano. Aside from that volcano, it's a sun-dappled vista of mountains and valleys peppered with stranger sights, from the Bannock's rainbow-hued dive pools to a frozen, wind-swept tallneck. Side quests will apparently offer more meaningful rewards than the core game. I like that. From the electricity-spewing new Storm Slinger gun to the ability to make modifications to Aloy's spear. Thank you.
That's awesome.
That was like my one complaint about the skill tree was I can't upgrade her spear. I mean,
Right.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
At the end, yeah.
Yeah.
The Frozen Wilds make some subtle changes, too. The developers stress that conversations now feature better mocap and more dynamic camera work. Thank you for listening to us. Although this only applies to the expansions chats, sadly. Makes sense. They're not going to go back and re-mocap everything. The snow in the new area looks better, too, emulating something of the bewitching sparkle of Journey's sand. One addition does carry over to the core game, however, a new skill tree. Traveler is essentially a web of unlocks to make your life in the world slightly easier. It's an odd choice. Expanding your inventory and allowing you to pick items while mounted are definitely welcome changes, but making you spend hard-earned skill points on them feels a little miserly. I mean, I'm at level 50,
Right.
and they bumped it up to level 60 also. According to developers, the area is tuned for mid to late game around level 30. What that means is for those who have already leveled up to 50 remains to be seen, but it certainly looks challenging. The new Scorcher enemy mixes up brutal melee attacks with the ability to rain floating mines in your path. Those who finish Horizon will certainly look to be getting a sizable extra selection, and the new story is at least intriguing, with the bulk of the changes here aren't necessarily pitched at those in the endgame. This is the only Horizon expansion, blah, 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 blah. I'm so excited for this. 15 hours for this DLC. Uncharted, The Lost Legacy was like 6 hours, and it was a $40 full release game.
Right.
So the highlights I wrote down. So 15 hours, Snow Angels, the new skill tree, better mocap, and upgrades for Aloy's Spear. Are you going to be playing this on Tuesday, or are you going to still be playing Mario? What do you think? Did you order it yet?
I didn't order it. I don't know that I'm going to get it right away.
Okay.
Part of me is just... I definitely want to play the game, but I remember that the game took me a while to really get into. And once I did, I loved it. It's possible game of the year for me. But now that it's been so long, and not much, but I've played some Zelda since then, I feel like I'm going to have to relearn everything all over again, especially now that I've been playing.
You can't climb.
Right. It's just, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be as bad as I'm expecting it to be in terms of how long it'll take for me to just kind of relearn how to play. But just the thought of it's like, I don't know if I want to mess with it right now.
Yeah.
It may be a post-Christmas game for me, but we'll see. I definitely want to play it. I'm glad that it's it's basically a full game.
Yeah. I already bought it when it was on sale for PS Plus when they first announced it for $15 instead of $20. I bought it. So I'm excited. I cannot wait. I'll be playing. That's why hopefully tomorrow night I can get through like 3 episodes of Stranger Things or something and then play Frozen Wilds. But I'm also worried that I'm going to be like, well, okay, now I need to just watch all Stranger Things in like 2 days and just be done with it. So we'll see, but I'm so excited to play it. Got some updates on Nintendo sales numbers. Over 7.6 million Switches have been sold worldwide already. This is through September 30th, I believe. So more than a month ago. The lifetime sales for the Wii U was 13.5 million. So it's already sold half of all the Wii U's. Essentially half.
I mean, that's astounding, but at the same time, it almost seems like it already should have outsold the Wii U. Like, I don't really know. I don't know.
I won't be surprised if after the holidays, if it does.
It may by the end of the year.
Because my original prediction was it'll hit 10 million this year, and that still might be correct. But now they're actually, like, I've seen them in stores. They're on Amazon. It's not like Wario doesn't have to tweet about it anymore.
Right.
You know, it's on Amazon. You can just order it. That's awesome. They finally caught up. That is awesome.
Yeah.
I think they'll definitely hit 10 million. I don't know that they'll hit 13 million by the end of the year.
But probably by the 1 year, by early March of 2018, I bet it's,
Right. By the end of their fiscal year, I bet it'll hit the Wii U's lifetime sales. Yeah. Mario Odyssey has sold 2 million copies in 3 days.
Wow.
It's awesome. It was the fastest ever selling Mario in the U.S. It sold 1.1 million in the first 5 days. You got to think, 1.1 million. The Switch just has 2 million in the U.S. because we talked about that last week, I think. So over 50% of people already have Mario. Again, I don't know how it's not 100%.
Right.
It just could be people are waiting because we're getting close to Christmas and stuff. Who knows? They could just be waiting and whatever. Parents might just be telling their kids, hey, and kids might not know. You know, I haven't seen any commercials for it.
Oh, I have.
You have? Okay.
Is it
the song?
It's like the real life. It's like real life people. It's like a real life version of like the mayor and like but then cartoon Mario's in there like dancing. Oh, every time I hear that song, I'm just like, I just can't. Oh, it's so good.
It is so good.
Oh,
I didn't think I was gonna like it, but it is so good. What else? So the SNES Classic has sold 2 million units worldwide.
That's unbelievable.
I think in the same time frame, the NES Classic sold 200,000. Again, you can't compare though because there was no NES Classics out there. SNES Classic, they didn't flood the market, but they did such a good job. So 2 million, that's awesome. And remember, next year the NES Classic is coming back out. I still say they're going to add another 15 games.
They have
maybe
to
a
do
second
something.
Controller or something. What else? Breath of the Wild has sold 4.7 million on Switch alone through the end of September. 4.7 million. Not counting
so
the
it's like
Wii U.
a 65% attach rate or so. And
So you got to think that'll get over 6 million by the end of the year. That's going to be more than Metal Gear Solid 5 sold, and that was on 4 consoles and PC.
Right.
You know, it's awesome.
It's just weird. I mean, I'm curious to see the updated numbers after the holiday, but who buys a Switch and doesn't have Mario and Zelda, or at least one of them?
But you got to think like maybe kids don't have Zelda. Mario,
I
now that
guess.
Mario's out, if you're buying a Switch.
Yeah, I guess Zelda, it's easier to see. Mario, I don't know how Mario doesn't have like a 1-to-1 attach rate.
It will end up by like next summer or something, when they've both been out for long enough, it will sell more than Zelda. I predict.
Oh, it definitely will. Zelda, yeah. As much as I love it, it never
sells
that
like
well.
So that's awesome. Nintendo keeps kicking butt. That makes us happy. Just keep doing it, Nintendo. We're glad you're not going away. Zelda Breath of the Wild is getting an Explorer's Edition coming out Black Friday. It comes with a game, a 100-page guide, and a 2-sided map for $60. It is not a Game of the Year edition, though. It doesn't come with both DLCs. That I was surprised about. I'm glad because the second DLC hasn't even come out yet.
Right.
But it was kind of surprising. And also, for some reason, they're doing a 2DS Ocarina of Time 3D
2DS
bundle.
Ocarina
And it's
3D.
not even the new 2DS XL or whatever the nice one is. It's the crappy,
non-folding,
weird rectangle, huge one. So that's weird. But if you want to play a 3D Zelda game on the 2D Nintendo DS and it's the bad one, just go for you. I don't care. I mean, go for it is what I meant.
How much is it?
The normal price, $79.99.
That's a good deal.
It's a good deal. I just don't like the form factor of
that's
the
terrible.
2DS. It's just not right.
That one.
Yes. The new 2DS is perfect. If you don't have a 3DS and there's so many good games on that, just go get a 2DS. You don't need
the 3D. It does nothing.
Some sad news. HouseMarque, the makers of Resogun, Nex Machina, Super Stardust, Matterfall, and others, is moving away from arcade shooters. They said that, quote, there's no paying audience for games like this. Basically, they were saying is everybody, like, these games critically do well. Nobody buys them. Everybody played Resogun because it was PS Plus when it launched.
Right.
So everybody that had a PS4, and it was like a month or two after the PS4 launched, so everybody got it. But people don't buy it, and that sucks. They do such a good job. Like, I did the beta for Nex Machina, and I liked it. I never ended up buying it because it was just too difficult.
I mean, that's what's happening with a lot. I mean, it happened with beat-em-ups. Nobody buys beat-em-ups anymore. Nobody really buys, with the exception of, like, Street Fighter. Nobody really buys, like, fighting
Marvel
games
vs.
anymore.
Capcom sucked.
And it's barely, I mean, it's like a new generation of fighting game, which, I mean, I guess you got to evolve, but yeah, I think we're going to continue to see that. Like we said, what was it, a couple episodes ago with, or was it just last week? With the Amy Hennig, the Star Wars.
It was last week. It was 2 weeks ago, and then a little bit of and then Schreier's story was last week.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But, like, I think you're going to continue to see that. And all people want to play these days is
Destiny.
multiplayer, first-person shooters. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not bitter. Just expand your
Horizon.
Zero
Dawn.
Dawn.
A couple other quick items here. Rocket League on the Switch got a release date, November 14th. Great game. I don't need to get it on the Switch because I got it on my PS4. But it's awesome if you don't have it and you have a Switch. I think that'll sell really well on there.
That's perfect for the Switch.
But the only thing I do wonder about, though, is the whole... the way you have to play. That game is so heavily based online. The way you have to play... It's free right now to play online, still on the Switch. But the whole chat thing is still just such a cluster that I wonder how it'll end up doing because of that. But
right.
Metal Gear Solid 5 got a PS4 Pro patch more than 2 years after it launched and a year after the PS4 Pro launched. Props to you, Konami. I'm shocked.
PS4 Pro's been out a year?
Last October, a week after PSVR launched.
Holy crap.
Yep. But I'm shocked. I mean, again, thank you, Konami. I'm shocked.
It doesn't affect us at all, but...
And I did see, like, Digital Foundry's thing said it's not an actual 4K, because I guess the PS4 Pro, a lot of people are finding out it doesn't actually really do 4K. Like, it's not even... It does more like 2K, and this is 1440p, which is less than 2K. It's like
Yeah.
It's better. But I would have rather seen them, if they're going to do this and they got this processing power, like fix the pop-in and stuff. Like sometimes if you're running, and I know it because I just played it again, last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. When you're riding around on that horse or you're driving a vehicle and you're going across the terrain quickly, you see there's lots of pop-in.
Right.
I still hate that I wish they wouldn't have put that game on PS3 and 360. I think that's what
part of the
back.
problem, yeah.
And that's why it sucks that we're not going to get Metal Gear Solid 6 from Kojima on the Fox engine, because I would have liked to see what the Fox engine does. Like the report said, like if you play Metal Gear Solid 5 on your PC and it's a high whatever, like a great PC, it is freaking beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's so dense and just everything is just perfect. But that's not what the PS4 version is. But again, thank you, Konami, for actually putting a patch out for it. We also got the PS Plus games for November. I call this month a draw. This month sucks for Xbox
it was not good.
and Sony. PS4, you can get Bound, where it's like a ballerina side-scrolling journey wannabe kind of game that just I don't care about. And Worms Battlegrounds. Not PUBG, Worms Battlegrounds. PS3 gets R-Type Dimensions and Ragdoll, Kung Fu, Fists of Plastic. Shout out to R-Type, because I used to love the R-Type games, but I'm never going to go play it on my PS3. I'll probably add it to my library in case I ever just decide to play it, but whatever. Vita is getting Dungeon Punks, which is also cross-buy with PS4, and Broken Sword 5, the Serpent's Curse.
Nothing I want to play.
So this month sucks for both, but I mean, Metal Gear Solid 5 was free in October, so there was nowhere to go but down, I guess is what I would say. That's been the news of the week, but it's not the end of the podcast. Why is that, Sean?
I guess because it's time to play the It's the Back of the Box Challenge.
If you didn't know, the Back Box Challenge is how we end the podcast here every week on the Two Player Co-op Podcast. What this game is we look at a previously released retail version of a game. We look at the back of that retail box and read the description aloud to the other player, bleeping out any pertinent information that would give the game away or make it way too obvious. Then the other player gets to ask some follow-up questions that must be answered in yes or no fashion. They can ask as many as they want because the points aren't real and the questions don't matter.
The questions do matter.
The questions definitely matter. I will never get that right. I don't know why, but that's the Back Box Challenge. That's what we're going to do right now. I think I go first this week. I think I read first because your phone was dying last week.
Okay.
I think we've done this game before. So if you get it in about 2 seconds, that's why. But I wanted to do it anyways. I don't care. Ready?
Ready.
In his greatest blank adventure, Blank faces off against his evil rival Blank, who has captured Blank and turned it into his private playground. To toss Blank off his ill-gotten throne, Blank must search all new worlds for blank and blanks that unlock the gate to Blank's castle. A mob of monsters, old and new, seek to stop him. Along the way, through blanks, Blank can nab blanks.
Blank can what blanks?
Blank can nab blanks.
Can nab.
Blanks and blanks for extra power. And if he eats the blank, he'll turn into a...
Is this a Kirby game?
Blank, no.
Is it a Yoshi game?
No.
Okay.
He'll turn into a high-flying blank.
But you eat stuff and gain their powers?
You eat one thing and gain its power.
Oh, okay.
The battery pack saves your game in progress in this biggest blank adventure yet.
So is it a Super Nintendo game?
No.
Genesis?
No.
Is it NES?
Nope.
Game Boy?
Yes.
But it's not Kirby.
No.
Is it a...
I blanked out so much because otherwise anything gets it away, I think.
Is it a first-party game? I mean,
yes. Yes.
Yeah, Nintendo game?
Yes.
Is it in the Mario universe?
Yes.
Is it Super Mario Land?
No.
2?
Yes. I think we've done it before, but then I looked at Super Mario Land, and that's the one with like flying lines and all this other stuff that I was
That one was weird.
I was shocked that you got it so quick. I think that game actually takes place on Earth for some reason.
Yeah,
Doesn't
there's
it?
like the Sphinx.
You go through Egypt and stuff.
Yeah.
To toss Wario of his ill-gotten throne, Mario must search all new worlds for 6 golden coins.
I don't
that
remember
unlock the gate
Wario
to
being in.
Princess.
I thought Wario was until like the third one.
No, the third one was his game. This is where he's the ultimate
that's what
bad
I'm
guy.
thinking of. Okay, yeah.
Through 6 zones, Mario can nab power mushrooms, superstars, and fire flowers for extra power. And if he eats the magic carrot,
Spider
was there a spider
under the tripod? It looks kind of
under
big.
the tripod? He'll turn into a high-flying hare. So Super Mario Land 2.
I think we did do that one.
I think we did.
Because I remember that.
The 6 golden coins.
All right.
I knew you'd get that pretty easily. I still feel bad from whatever it was 2 weeks ago. Oh, Okami. That's what it was.
All right, here we go. The land of
Before time.
The land of Holodrum
Hollow Drum.
is slowly withering.
Is this
Onox.
Parappa the Rapper?
No.
Sound shapes.
Onox.
Onyx?
That's Onox.
Okay.
Maybe it's pronounced Onyx.
I wouldn't think so.
The General of Darkness has imprisoned the blank and is draining the very life out of the land. With the blank in tumult and the forces of evil running rampant, the world looks for a hero and finds blank.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Rocket Knight.
His quest won't be easy. He'll have to master the blank themselves if he's to turn back the evil tide.
If I could turn back the tide.
Can I read any of this?
16-bit game?
No.
8.
Yes. Wield the blank. I can't do that.
Is it a Nintendo game?
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
It's not Kid Icarus. Do you play as a human?
Yes.
Does your name start with an R?
No.
It's not Rygar. I don't know why I want it to be Rygar, and I can't even remember if that's an actual Nintendo game or if it's a Konami game.
I don't think it's a Nintendo game.
Did this series continue on past this? Was it did it end up becoming a series, I should say?
Yes. Spiderweb.
You play as a human. It went past 8-bit. Is this series still alive today?
Yes.
Do you play as a young boy in a green tunic?
Yes.
Is it a sequel?
I mean, it's not the original.
And it's 8. Did this come out on the Nintendo Entertainment System?
No.
Okay. Does the game take place in a dream?
No.
Oh, there's a spider shooting webs somewhere around here, and that really freaking freaks me out, man. Okay,
Probably that one. Oh, he's gone.
Is there? Is this game split into 2 different games?
This game.
No, you know
is
what
not.
I mean. Does this game have to do with summer, winter,
Yes.
fall, and spring? Is it Oracle of Seasons?
Yes.
Wow.
I thought I could be pretty generous
completely lucked
with
out
those
on that being-
names.
No, I didn't know any of that.
No, I knew you wouldn't. That's why I'm like, hey, I don't have to bleep. You know, if I
Right.
said the land of blank, I figured you might think it was Hyrule. So I'm like, I'm going to go and throw these words out there because I know they're not going to be
Hollow Drum.
Holodrum.
Oh, like a HoloLens.
Holodrum.
Interesting. Did you play those? I forget.
I played one of them. I never beat it.
Should I play Link's Adventure on my Pi?
Link's Adventure.
Or Link's Awakening, sorry.
Yeah, it's
Worth playing through.
It's no Link to the Past
Or even
Link
a
Between
Minish Cap,
Worlds.
I would guess. Altano says that's probably his favorite Zelda game, which blows my mind.
It may be better than Minish Cap.
Wow. Okay.
It's worth playing. It's a pretty good game when you think that it's an 8-bit
Yeah.
handheld system. Like it's a full legit game.
Yeah.
It's worth a play.
I think eventually I'll play through it. I need to get to a part where, games stop coming out when I can go back to the Pi. And I
Right.
will give Terra Enigma a try. I will. I'll get through the friggin' village to
You
where I
have
can
to.
actually fight somebody. I'll give it a try. Well, the fire has gone out. That means it's the end of the podcast. This has been
Time that perfectly.
Yes, this has been episode 99 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, remember, next week, episode 100, live stream from the Sean residence. Sunday the 12th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, live on youtube.com/2playercoop.
I should probably
Clear that with
mention
Brittany.
that to Brittany. If she actually watched the podcast anymore, she would know about it.
Yeah, really.
So it's her fault.
She probably turns it off for the end. Tell her when you get home.
I will. I think I've mentioned it in passing before, but she probably doesn't remember that it's
Yeah.
next Sunday.
Well, if you didn't know, we are part of the Nerd 901 family. Go to nerd901.com for all things nerdy in Memphis and around the globe. By the way, also, shout out, go check out, I don't know what his URL is, but check out Blurred Without Fear, our buddy Ernie, who does the Pixels and Papers podcast.
He's doing great work.
He's blowing up on YouTube. His channel's taken off. If you care about comics and comic book movies and all that other stuff, but really more, I would say more actual comic books, go... Oh, you're looking for something to flip.
I got a lighter.
Dear God.
That's safe.
Go check out Ernie's channel. He's starting to blow up. He's getting a lot of visibility. That
Hopefully
guy,
I don't blow up.
I told him, I remember when he got to like 50 subs, I was like, dude, just so you know, you are going to blow by us. He's like, nah, I'm trying to catch up with you. I was like, dude, you are going to leave us in the dust. I can just tell. He's doing a great job. Go check him out and everything at nerd901.com. On Twitter, you can find us. I'm at KevinWhite24. He's at Real Sean White. My back's itching. Together, we're at 2player_co-op. Of course, hopefully you're watching us on YouTube. If not, go to youtube.com/2playercoop. And again, like we said, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button over there. Share the video with your friends, family, relatives, and all that other stuff. If you like audio, and I know Sean does, you can check us out on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and audio services all around the world. And of course, we have a Facebook page that we never update. Facebook.com/2playercoop gaming. Go over there and see all the stuff we get tagged in by Nerd901. Don't flip it like that, because they do their job when we don't. This has been episode 99, and until episode 100, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing. Oh God, that almost hit me.
That would have hurt. That really would have hurt. That's not a little pen. You should have aborted.
That caught my hair.
I saw it and I was like, I can't even talk. This is scaring me so much.
That would have hurt.
You'll probably catch it on episode 100.
Probably. Hopefully. Probably not.
That's it. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
We'll fix it.
We'll fix it in post.